Hey guys, we're back! Okay,
Yo.
now there's been this whole Sharknado theme going on, and we had to watch every movie that was on the week before Sharknado, starting this Friday, Saturday.
Yeah,
There's
Thursday,
some
Friday, Saturday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We watched every movie, whether we wanted to or not. And here's our movie reviews up to Sharknado 3. Yeah, some of us watched.
Oh, hell no. Sorry,
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
you just had to say that,
Yeah.
didn't you? Some of us watched one movie and has a review for one movie, while the other one had no wanting to see it and fell asleep. That would be me. So, but the rest of it will be all the movies that came out, starting with Robo Shark. Hit it, Dad.
Now, mind you, I don't take drugs or I don't drink. But after this week of sharks, I'd like to do both excessively. But that's neither here nor there right now in terms of the review. Just to give you an idea of how these fantastic episodes of shark stuff affected me. What's first on the list?
Robo Shark.
A Robo Shark.
Now, mind you, Robo Shark began interestingly, and
Yeah, very diplomatic.
thank you, I tried. But the main thing, I will discuss like the acting and stuff like that. He will discuss everything else. Mind you, it began sloppy and weak and went on to be a weak, annoying movie. Once it went on and you
If you can
discovered.
imagine that, if it started bad, then it got worse.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead, Dad,
really
because
bad.
I'll put in like little bits of information like about the military. The one theme about all these shark movies, they began as experiments, went awry, and then you go on for that from that and CGI.
With the exception of the Sharknadoes, yeah, all the others
Yeah,
began as something very altruistic, very supposedly benign, very well intended, well meaning, either for some philanthropic endeavor to,
why are
you
you
know,
using big words today?
sorry, I read that the other day,
Okay.
some measure to help humanity in some fashion, or to provide some sort of military advantage.
By the way, this is my dad. For those who don't know, and we've been doing movie reviews
I don't know. I have
for
to
about a
check
year
with
now.
Maury on DNA
Look,
results.
you don't make me get mad.
Anyway,
And thank you to the new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going on. Shark, Robo Shark.
peace. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Anyway, Robo Shark starts out. Well, you started, so go ahead. Finish what you
Okay,
said.
well, what happened is apparently some alien probe is out in outer space, and then it lands in the water, and it's swallowed by a great white shark, and then all of a sudden it just
Go
transforms.
figure.
Another scientific thing. And a reporter, you know, a reporter for this local TV station is, just, she's a weather girl, and she's just going out and going out, and her daughter said, "Mom, look what I saw. Look what I saw." And she sees a vlog on YouTube of Robo Shark attacking somebody else. And, she's trying to get out the story, but nobody's believing her because she is not accredited as being a legitimate reporter.
So imagine this: an alien probe incorporated with the basic instincts of a great white shark. Nice combination, right?
It happens all the time, Dad. It happened yesterday, didn't it?
It's playing on the natural instinct of a shark to eat whatever it sees.
By the way, this is in Seattle. It just happens all the time.
Anything that looks like food or that moves is, potentially food source for a shark in general, but in particular great whites. Great whites eat anything
Fish.
because it's Tuesday. They eat anything.
Yeah, apparently. But
Yeah.
apparently it ate whatever it wanted to because it's Robo Shark. And so it goes on a rampage. And of course, the military wants to capture it and investigate it and, bring it home. Meanwhile, it's going viral. And the reporter, who's the mom of the girl who saw the vlog and says, "Mom, look at this." She's trying to say, "Look, there's an actual Robo Shark. It's around. I've seen it. I've seen what it's done. A lot of people have seen it." But everybody's like, "No, you're crazy. Nah, nah, nah." Until it actually eats around the public. But here's the annoying thing about this movie.
One of many, but go ahead.
Apparently, Robo Shark is following the reporter's daughter on Twitter.
At that point, I wanted to hurt myself really bad.
Yeah, and apparently he is using the daughter's information to, survive. Oh, Navy's coming. The daughter reports it. Robo Shark sees it, and then prepares himself for an attack.
It happens all the time. How can this be so strange? Why would you want to make a movie out of this? I mean, doesn't everybody swallow an alien probe and then get the intelligence to decipher Instagram messages through the air without any connection? Hey, why? I don't know why we're surprised at that.
And the reason Robo Shark basically is, he wants to go home. Remember, Robo Shark is inserted with a probe, and the probe is trying to get back. So the whole thing is Robo Shark wants to go home, like freaking E.T. Alright? So.
Wow.
That's the basis of that movie. Mind you,
I was already home, so I couldn't go home, and I wanted to.
We couldn't escape. So that's Robo Shark. There's more to it, but, that's the basis of that.
You don't need to know anymore, really.
This is a particularly long vlog today, because we're going over movies and movies and movies, so prepare. Robo Shark. That's done. We're done. But the next one after that...
if you watch it, so will you be, but go ahead. What's next?
Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf. This Dad watched. Go, Dad.
Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf. Internalize in just that title for a moment. Sharktopus, so you know what that is, versus Whale Wolf.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun.
If I wanted to hurt myself from looking at the first movie, Robo Shark, this one I wanted to take my body parts and just scatter them to the four winds, because this was the worst movie I have ever seen recently. Now, mind you, I've seen a lot of bad stuff in my few years of looking at sci-fi, but this creeps up to the top 10, and I think they went out of their way to make this bad or campy, because you can't do these things without some sort of computer-generated imaging. I get that. But this is like CG in elementary school. I mean, if it scared anything, it scared the censors who had to give this thing a rating, because they were trying to figure out what letter in the alphabet was low enough to give it a rating. And we have to go to, I guess, the Chinese alphabet that has like 3,000 characters to find one way on the bottom of the scale, because this was, I can't cuss, but I want to. Really bad.
Crap.
POS. I'll leave it at that.
Dad,
What?
how did Whale Wolf get born?
You know the theme. Whale, wolf,
Science?
sharktopus.
Science?
Science gone stupidly crazy. People thinking they can splice these animals together. And then, because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. But then you insult nature's intelligence by saying, we can control them.
There.
I know, I know. I mean, the Frankenstein theme gone horribly bizarre and crazy and perverted. It's like, give me a break. Didn't we learn anything from anything? We can't control this stuff. We are so arrogant that we can just presume that if I make it, I'm in charge of it.
Dad,
Really? Come on.
Are you talking smart about these movies?
Yeah, I know. I'm inserting logic where logic really doesn't apply. So forgive me. My mouth was open. I lost myself for a moment. Okay.
How did they destroy it?
How they destroy it? Painfully, they destroyed each other, and then the animal that was left. Let's see. Oh, a shark ate the animal that was left. Can you imagine that?
There's more. Zombie shark.
Big POS. The last one. Zombie shark. Right along there.
It was science, of course.
Oh,
This one I
my-
watched.
Oh, my deity. Go ahead.
Of course, science test object. And experimental shark goes on rampage after escaping from a research facility. Of course, there's a storm brewing. So, of course, it gets free for a little bit.
You knew sooner or later that they're going to incorporate zombies and sharks. I mean, they went through the zombie craze for a while. Then they went through the shark craze. It was inevitable. Sharks and zombies, that's a perfect match. A match made in heaven. Sci-fi heaven.
And, of course, the military is involved, too. Science. And the problem with this one, we're not dumb.
Yeah, we are for watching this stuff.
Well, we had to for you guys.
Oh,
See
okay.
what we do for you guys?
For free, too, by the way. I mean, I'm losing brain cells just to donate to the public.
And the thing is, when the zombie shark kills another shark, that makes another zombie shark. When the zombie shark bites somebody, it makes a zombie. So, it tried so hard, but, and of course CGI, science, and the military. I mean, there were so many things done, like a shark head was cut off, but it was the zombie shark head, and it ended up killing the scientist who was experimenting on it, so she blew up the place. And I mean, there were so many twists and turns, but it was twisted. So that's Zombie Shark. But there's more. Wait! There's more movies. If you get a chance, watch these movies, just so that you can laugh at yourself. Mind you, the next movie...
By the way, zombie shark got blown up and killed at the end.
It
So
doesn't.
there were no more zombies, and the lady who got blown up, who was the scientist working on it, who got bit by the bodiless head that was still biting folks.
Was that the main shark? That's why the
That
other
was
zombie...
the I
Mother
guess you call
shark.
it the alpha shark.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
other ones died.
Yeah, and
Who cares?
she developed a cure, and the young lady who was going to take the cure from the laboratory before it blew up dove into the water just as the explosion
Oh, yeah.
came about, and she dove into the mouth of the zombie shark, the second zombie shark. Give me a break.
Now, mind you, we're just giving, like, really basic, like, reviews of these movies.
And she became a zombie,
Oh, she did. And then she died.
trying to kill her sister who had to kill her. They're
And then
they're-
her
they're
boyfriend
almost
was
twins.
killed by a zombie, remember?
Yeah,
Her fiance.
not enough people died, by the way. There should have been more.
These are just basic reviews, so if you guys watched it, you're welcome to give your opinion and everything. But wait, there's more.
You thought this was done?
Please.
We watched the whole week of this stuff. We're just getting started, folks.
Three-headed shark. Dun 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 dun! This was stupid.
I'm still trying to figure out how. First of all, the three-headed shark is an anomaly. Okay, it comes about through what? What did they do to make this thing?
Probably science.
Yeah, and then
Really science.
based on the Hydra theme, you cut off the head, another one grows in its place. Well, you cut off the head of this three-headed great white shark. They cut off the middle head, and 3 more heads grew in its place who were of a different color than the great white shark. How do you get... Again, I'm inserting logic.
Mind you, it's attracted to garbage, and that's how it destroyed itself. Because it got attracted to garbage, and it got super hungry because it's insane, and ate itself.
It was the way it was because of the environmental impact of the area going on. There's a huge garbage dump, and this shark was feeding on garbage, and whatever caused the anomaly to cause this thing to have 3 heads was 3 times as hungry, so it went on a feeding rampage, and
it constantly kept fighting itself.
It got its middle head shot off, and 3 dark black shark heads grew in its place. Now,
good.
I'm really looking for a rope or a knife for myself right now, because at this point I'm like, really, come on.
And who guest starred on this one?
Who is this?
Danny.
Oh, Danny Trujillo, one of my favorites. I guess Danny needed a check. He had some free time between vacations, so he decided to co-star in this movie. Danny, I love your brother.
Save yourself.
He had a machete, which was from his last movie.
And he's the one that cut off the head.
Yeah, he cut off the head, and 3 more grew in his place. I guess they were Mexican heads because...
Dad!
I don't know. They were darker than the original great white shark, so what... I don't know what to think. I don't know. I'm not Donald Trump. I don't know. Anyway, of course, he thinks he kills this great white shark.
I killed it.
And while he's celebrating the fact that he thought he killed it, it comes back alive and eats him.
Now, mind you...
Probably the best thing that happened in the movie for him.
Now, mind you, this has been about 16, 17 minutes. We're going to cut this one off, send it out, and then we'll come back and do Sharknado 3 by itself.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell yes. Because there's so many... The other movies didn't really have any guest stars or any sort of famous people in them.
There are a few famous people, very few famous people. Danny Trujillo was probably the most famous of the people in the last movies that we reviewed.
But again, we are sorry that if you have to watch it.
There's more coming.
We'll be right back.
Oh my